If I ask you to tell me who you are, most likely your initial response will be to say your name. Rightfully so. I mean, it is the most common identifier that we use. But if I ask you to tell me who you are without using your name, what would you say? Maybe you'll say, oh, I like to do these things, or oh, I'm friends with these people, or these people are my parents, or I'm from here, or this is my job, whatever it may be, right? But none of these things are really you, right? You didn't choose any of those things. You didn't choose where you were born. You didn't choose who you were born into. You didn't choose your name, unless you changed it, then I guess you did. But you didn't choose your birth name. You didn't choose anything, really. Because if you think about it, all the choices you've made in your life were gonna happen anyways. Say you're born into a family that has a large emphasis on education. Sure, you may have chose which college to go to, but did you ever really have the choice of not going to college? Or maybe you chose that you enjoy playing basketball, right? You have a lot of fun. But if you were born somewhere where basketball isn't commonly played, would you enjoy basketball? Would you play basketball? Probably not, right? So, in a sense, everything was already chosen before you even chose it, right? You may choose to turn left or right, but you didn't choose where the road is paved. You may choose to eat a certain meal, but you get the point. What I'm trying to say is, you are not your name or any of the things you use to describe yourself. So then, who are you? Well, the underlying variable between all of these examples I've listed is conscious awareness of all of these things, right? If you go on a walk, but your eyes are closed and your sense of touch doesn't work and you're deaf as well, you don't hear anything around you, did you really go on the walk? How do you know you went on the walk if you don't feel anything? You don't feel your feet touching the ground. You don't feel the breeze on your skin. You don't see anything around you. You don't hear anything. How do you know? How do you know you went on a walk? When you're asleep, are you aware that you're asleep? Or do you only become aware that you're asleep once you wake up? If you're in a dream, doesn't it feel real? Don't you feel immersed? I mean, sure, it's not physical. You can't touch anything in a dream, but it still feels real. You're aware of the things going on in the dream, but you're only aware that it was a dream once you wake up. So, my point here is, you are not your name. That is just an identifier that was assigned to you. You are not anything other than me, just as much as I am you, because we both share the same awareness. And animals have it, plants have it, everything in material existence as we know it possesses this awareness. It is ubiquitous among all living things. The water in the ocean doesn't need to be told that it is water to wash up on the shore as a wave, only to ebb and flow back into the ocean again. It just does it because that's what it does. And humans, we have these funny little things called egos, which I think ego has been demonized a lot. People don't really understand what the ego is, but the ego is simply just your sense of self, right? Thinking you are separate from anyone else because you have a different name or different skin color or you're born in a different place or all these other things. But the truth is, if I was born into your body, I would probably be the exact same person that you are right now. Because all the choices you make are simply just a culmination of all the prior choices you made before. So, in that sense, aren't we all just one? How am I any different than you? Because although we may have different physical experiences, the same awareness is what allows us to actually know that we experience these things. Because how can something exist without us knowing it exists, right? So, listen to the voice that doesn't speak. Be guided by your spirit, because that's who you really are. You chose to be here. You didn't choose your name or any of those things, but you chose this specific life. This incarnation was a choice on a cosmic level, because we're here to experience this beautiful creation of physical reality. We are the universe experiencing itself, right? We are simply here to learn and fail, and then learn again, and then fail again, and then keep failing and keep learning and just experience. We are human beings, right? The only ask of being a human being is to be. It's to just be here now. Be aware that everything happens in the present moment. The past is only memories, and the future is an imagination, right? That's not to say that you cannot forge your own future, forge your own path, create the reality that you want to. But you can't do any of that until you accept that we are all one. And names and race and socioeconomic class and all these other things are just illusory boundaries that are put in place by, ourselves, I guess. We as the universe created all these things, right, to have different experiences. But then as humans with egos, we decided to create right and wrong and separation. So, I don't know. Get out in nature. Love everything unconditionally. Love yourself unconditionally. Start asking questions about who you really are. Dissolve the ego, right? We're here to unravel ourselves. We aren't anything other than awareness. Because without awareness, there is no experience. So, yeah. Go outside, get in the sun, and take some deep breaths, you know? Look inside. The answers aren't outside. They're within. Love you.